Alexa Grasso prefers to face Erin Blacnhfield next, rather than fighting Valentina Shevchenko for a third time.
She did have an injured hand that she said she hurt in the first round, so she doesn't know when she's going to fight. But what do you think? I mean, does a trilogy need to happen, whether it be next or some point down the road, or do you care if this gets resolved?
It's an interesting question. I wouldn't like to stop the division. There's a lot of girls fighting a lot, to have this opportunity like I did, so I wouldn't like to stop it. But whatever the UFC says, I'm in.
Erin Blacnhfield, Manon Farrell are the two contenders. Would you like to fight them next, or would you like them to fight each other so that you get the winner of that? Or and if you do want to fight them, who's the one that you would like to fight?
Well, I'm really happy. They are both doing amazing. I have to talk with my coaches, with my manager, and also with the UFC. But definitely, I would like to fight with a new contender if that's the next step. And yeah, it's gonna be an amazing fight.
Robert Whittaker says although Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso was a very close fight, if he were a judge, he would have scored it for Valentina.
Mate, it was a close fight. It was a close fight. And honestly, I could have seen it going. I can see the decision swinging both ways. Okay, me personally, if I was to score the fight, I probably would have scored it in Shevchenko's favor. I think she won three of the five. But in saying that, though, it would not have been mind blowing for her not to have won, for Grasso to have won, because she did have some really strong rounds. Like the round where she got the knockdown, she finished on Shevchenko's back and it looked really hairy there for a while. She was putting a lot of pressure, and pressure is, I feel, in MMA at the moment is being scored very highly. We saw that in the Della fight, just one fight before this, in the Della fight and Holland fight, that with Della pushing forward the whole time, it just looks really, really good. And I think it's scoring really well. But all that said, I could see an argument like, oh, okay, it was a close fight. Maybe Grasso got the favor of the judges and she took the win. Okay, yada, yada, yada. But what I don't understand is the way it played out. It wasn't like it was scored 10-9, 10-9, split both ways, don't know what's going on. No, it was that last round. That who is it?
Mike Bell.
Mike Bell. Mike Bell scored that last round a 10-8 in Grasso's favor, and that is mind blowing. Okay, because like I said, you could see it was a very close fight. You could see it going both ways. I think Shevchenko won, but you know what? I've seen crazier things happen, and Grasso takes the W. Current champion at the moment, the day, all that looks good, right? Is what it is. But that 10-8 is what has thrown everything into turmoil, is thrown everything out the window. It is crazy, because that was not a 10-8 round.
Aljamain Sterling says that if Israel Adesanya gets the rematch against Sean Strickland, he deserves the rematch against Sean O'Malley.
People think if Izzy is being given a title shot against Sean, like another rematch, after just coming off a rematch,
Sean Strickland,
I feel like everyone's kind of up in arms because they think you deserve a title shot more than he does, but Dana kind of wrote you off and isn't seemingly going to give you the title shot.
Yeah, and I get it. He fights Strickland, then he loses a decision in a situation where round one could have probably been stopped if his name was Aljamain Sterling.
Okay, wait. So that's I think why people are so up in arms. Like your stoppage was pretty controversial. I think the consensus was like people thought it could have gone a little bit longer, but it's not the worst stoppage ever, but it could have gone a little bit longer.
And I agree.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone agrees. And I think people would have liked to see it go a little longer.
We're gonna talk about giving instant rematches. You give a guy who lost 2 fights back-to-back in a title reign, the same title reign. So he won the belt, he lost, beat the guy, and then came back and then lost again to another guy.
Right, that's why it's weird.
So
I
it's
feel
like, how you giving him another title shot?
It's like,
and then you tell me that I don't deserve it. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
if you give it to, I'm not knocking Izzy.
Right,
Izzy, if they give you the title shot, brother, take that and run. But what I'm saying is, how do you get it and I don't?
No.
If you could justify that, not Izzy, but if the fans, Dana, whoever, they could justify that to me, I'd be like, all right, I can see your point, but I don't see the point.
But I
don't.
think it's like, I feel like the rule of thumb always is dominant champion when they lose, unless it's like a blowout where it's like we don't need the question to be answered again.
4-1 is not a. I mean, I'm
No,
going by what you're saying.
no. I'm saying for you. I'm making your case.
Oh, okay.
You're a dominant champion. People are calling you the GOAT of that weight class. Sean, the guy who just beat you, is calling you the GOAT of that weight class before and after the fight. You should get a rematch and try to get it again. I think that's like, they did that with Kamaru, they did that with Izzy, they did that with pretty much everybody. I feel like the rule of thumb is like dominant champion when they lose, if it's a close fight.
And I think it's deserved. I think it's earned.
So Izzy got his though.
Sean O'Malley says although it would be a tough fight, he believes he could knock out Alexander Volkanovski.
I'm not saying I wouldn't fight Volk. I'm just being very honest. It's a very, very, very difficult fight. Do I believe I could knock him out? 100%. I believe I could knock out anybody around 130, 145. 55, it'd be a little tougher. I need to put on some LBs. But Volk's a very difficult fight. I'm not saying I will never fight him. I'm just saying that's not what I want next. I want to, maybe a year, 2 years.
Well, the analytics, man, when you're champ at a certain age and Volk's getting
That's
up
true.
there,
That's true.
you have a higher chance to lose, and I think it's a real win-win for you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Volk, you're taking everything I work for, motherfucker. I want your No. Volk, I like Volk. I don't even know if I don't even think I've met him a couple times just in person. Just like a couple say what's up type stuff. Never hung out with him. But I think, I like Volk. I like Volk a lot. Cool little dude.
You just make so many jokes about Henry being 5'3".
Dude, I mean, Volk's short too. I've met him in person. Ilya is short.
Is he?
No, Ilya.
Ilya.
No, I mean, I make fun of Henry when he's short because he can't handle it.
Yeah.
Volk, he's short, but he's also the world champ. Henry's just short.
Yeah.
He's not even a champ. He's coming off an L. He's the loser. Technically, not like actually, you know what I mean?
So fans have been expressing some concerns for Darren Till after a recent photo he posted to his social media. This is going around Twitter. It says, "I'm not trying to be mean, but Darren does not look well." This is the reply tweet. It says, "This is like a before and after 20 years of hard drugs in Hollywood after being a young star." So some fans are thinking that Darren may have a drinking problem. One user replied, "Pretty sure there's a drinking problem." Another said, "Definitely has the look of a hardcore alcoholic. I hope it's not the case, but I feel like it is." Darren Till has responded to these concerns. He tweeted this photo. He wrote, "It's all good. It was just after a hard session in the gym this morning. This is me about an hour ago after food. Feel like I'm not looking bad, to be fair. I read all the comments for once as well, and none of you have a clue. I live a clean life. Injuries is what has been my burden." Bilal Muhammad replied to that tweet. He said, "Bro, you look worse here." Darren followed up with, "Oh, and by the way, I know you wasn't trying to be mean, but I only looked that because the session I did this morning, not many could have completed it. It was that hard, especially every single person commenting and posting. Only for proper men that session was." And that's gonna wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to Alex Pereira's son trying to prank him. The first one's from Chris Dank 741. It says, "Trying to scare Alex is a Darwin Award nominee." The second one's from Zexter33. It says, "Imagine trying to scare Alex, but you end up being the one who got scared instead." And the final one's from Mikey George. It says, "Someone who knocked his Sean out 5 years ago's opinion can't really be relevant, let's be honest." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.